so I am live on Facebook and on Instagram. Good morning, Sunday morning. I will type in my good morning. Just typed in my good morning on Facebook. Hey, Cheryl, I'm going to type in good morning here on Instagram. Good morning. All right, my sister's on. Good morning. Ruth is on. Cheryl is on Instagram. I'm here hanging out on both platforms, Instagram and Facebook. So as you come on, say good morning, give me a wave, do something, let me know that you're there. Stephanie Davis is on. Good morning. Hey, ladies, how are you this morning? Happy Sunday, October 23rd. We got one more week left in this month, and we will be in November. Top of the morning, my sister said on Instagram. What's going on? I'm hanging out here on both platforms this morning. Didn't sleep good last night, but it's all good. Time got away from me a little bit this morning, but I am here and I'm grateful and thankful to be here and be in attendance. So good morning. I got my coffee. It was beautiful here yesterday. I think we hit almost 80 degrees, yes, here in Chi-Town. It's going to be another good day, beautiful day today. Judy, good morning. How are you? So it is all good. Hope you ladies had a great weekend so far. Hope your morning's off to a great start. Ubong's on. Good morning. How are you? But I'm hanging out here with my coffee. Glad to be with you ladies this morning. Again, good morning. What's going on? Anybody doing anything exciting? We got one more week in this month, and we'll be in November. And before we know it, it will be the end of the year. As I mentioned, I just thought about it again. As I mentioned last week, my 5th anniversary is coming up, November the 12th. It will be 5 years since I have been in this group doing inspirational messages on Sunday morning. Can you believe that? I don't know where the time went, but it will be 5 years, and I'm grateful for all of you that get up and join me on Sunday mornings. And I think I said early on, as long as you get up and join me, I will continue to do this. So 5-year anniversary is coming up. So that's huge. Big news. I can't even believe yes, I can. I was going to say, I can't even believe where I get the messages from on Sunday mornings, but you know I'm a Christian, so I give credit to God. Yes. All right, Stephanie Davis, I closed on my house last Friday, and I'm excited for this new chapter in my life, having fun decorating my new home. Stephanie, we are excited for you. Congratulations on closing on your home and this new chapter in your life. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know I speak for all the ladies that are on. Congratulations. Tara Settles is on. Good morning. And she's saying congratulations too. So yeah, we're celebrating. Stephanie closed on a house. It'll be 5 years, November 12th, since I have been coming on and being live in this group. And like I said, that's a blessing, Stephanie, for both of us. So congratulations. Happy Sunday morning, ladies. Thank you for getting up and joining me. I truly appreciate you. I don't take your time for granted, so I am going to go ahead and get started. Paula, good morning. Good to see you up this morning. Thank you. You know, Dr. Emma Cornelius is on as well. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Thank you, ladies. You know, I come on, again, it'll be 5 years, November 12th, since I've been doing this. And this is part of my journey of living my purpose. And I know for those of you who've been with me for a while, you know my story, how I came about this, how I became a certified life coach because I was praying and asking God to show me my purpose. And as a result, I was led to coaching. And one of the exercises that we do in coaching is determine your life purpose in a life purpose statement. in my life purpose statement, then I can say it boldly now with confidence. But for those of you who've been with me, you know initially I couldn't say it. But I'm the voice that inspires others to embrace life. So I'm on this journey as well, trying to live my best life. So as a result of that, I am just living it right in front of you. I share with you what I learned. And yeah, this is my journey to help women live their best life. So thank you for allowing me to do that. But I'm just like everybody else. There are days where I question myself. There are days that I struggle. Now, I'm a Christian. My faith does not waver though, I can tell you that. But because of my emotions, sometimes I have emotional days too, but I've gotten better. Normally now I can determine immediately when my thoughts change. I can determine immediately when my emotions change, and I can reel myself back in because I'm very much aware and I've been practicing it. But for one day, and I'm sure some of you have experienced this, sometimes you're looking for something and it's right there in front of you. Or whatever you're looking for, you've had it all along. Have any of you have experienced that? So recently, I was looking for something. And I was kind of looking outside of myself. Now, these things I already know. Like I said, I'm very much aware, but I'm very much human as well. So have you ever been looking for something and you had it right there all along, or it was right there in front of you and you didn't know it? Yes. Thank you for saying yes. And that's what I want to spend a few minutes talking about today. And I've talked about this before, but it happened to me this week and it's been in my spirit this week. So I decided that I'd talk about it again today. And that is the power within. Sometimes we're so busy looking outside of ourselves for what we need, and we already have it within. The power within. So within each of us, right, we have a vast array of resources, everything we need to manifest the fullest expression of our purpose and our destiny. It's our inner being, our soul, our spirit. So we have this source energy, and it's the leader within us. It's our partner, it's our protector. And sometimes we're looking outside and we have this guidance, this source, this protector right within us. And the key attributes of our inner spirit, our being, our energy, our source, whatever you want to call it, are wisdom, compassion, courage, clarity, love, and certainty. And it has access to all the wisdom that ever was, has been there and back, and knows that ultimately everything turns out just fine. And then when we sit still sometimes, we know that, right? When we sit still sometimes, even though we may be going through something, there's that certain calmness sometimes that comes over us. It's your inner being. Your inner being loves you completely and believes in you without question. It is grounded and can quickly see what is needed and how best to move forward. Your inner being is a part of you, has always been a part of you, and eager to be more available to you. It is fearless and relentless in pursuit of the very best for you. So think about it. Sometimes when you're searching for answers, think about your inner being. Instead of searching outside, just be still. And that's what I had to keep telling myself this week. Just be still and go within. Just go within. And we all have this inner being, the source energy, the soul. And it speaks to us in the form of emotions. And sometimes, because we have so many thoughts in our head per minute, never mind per day, right? And they can come so fast. And sometimes it's not possible to monitor all of our thoughts, especially if you're not aware. And I've talked about thoughts a lot. How many thoughts you have per minute? And most of the thoughts that we have today, we had the same thoughts yesterday. And 80% of our thoughts are negative. So we have all these negative thoughts in our head. So sometimes our thoughts can come so fast, we're not even aware. But this energy, our inner soul, our being, is continually offering us this guidance in the form of emotions. And your emotions, this is the guidance system which helps you understand what you're thinking and consequently feeling strongly about. And your emotions can make you feel good or bad. You know that. You know, sometimes you have these emotions and you feel really good, and sometimes you have these emotions, you feel really bad and you want to withdraw sometimes. But for the most part, if you're feeling good emotions, it's probably your inner being agreeing with what your thoughts. And if you're feeling bad or negative, on the other hand, you're probably going against your inner spirit or being. So good thoughts include hope, belief, abundance, prosperity, passion, love, enthusiasm, joy, love, and you could make a list and it could go on and on. And the bad or the negative feelings, on the other hand, could be fear, despair, pessimism, jealousy, hatred, anger, shame, and you could probably make your list and go on and on. But the good thing is knowing your feelings will help you act in a way that is aligned with your desired outcomes, goals, destiny, whatever you want to call it. Because we know life is an emotional journey. And if we could spend our time using our thoughts or imagination to focus on positives, feeling good, that's what we will experience. And on the other hand, if we focus on feeling bad, negative feelings, that's what we will experience. So if you find yourself feeling bad or negative feelings, just be still. Go within. You have the power within. You have this protected, this guidance system, this source, your inner being. And remember, the key attributes are wisdom, compassion, courage, love, certainty. And it believes in you and loves you. So you can go within. And instead of trying to seek the answers from someone else or looking outside, go within. You ever wake up in the middle of the night and whatever you have been seeking an answer to, all of a sudden it comes to you? Right? And this is one of the reasons I jog. I've shared with you, I get clarity. I can hear that still small voice. And sometimes you just have to be quiet, be still, and just trust. So think about that. The power within. And here's the question for you. How many of you, when you're going through something or you're seeking, how many of you, you can give me a thumbs up or down, how many of you actually sometimes sit still and go within? How many of you use that as a first to do it first versus last? So the first thing you do is go within. Or sometimes you wait until it's the last result. Because you've been through so much and you're tired, then you sit and you go within. Versus doing it the first time. When you're being challenged or you're seeking answers, How many of you use that as the first thing to do? Let me be still. Let me tap into this inner power. Versus getting so worked up, so worried, so stressed out. You're at your end of the wit's end, and then all of a sudden you decide, well, maybe I should just sit and be still. So think about the power within. And your thoughts will continually add to the ones that you are thinking. So more negative thoughts. So if you're thinking negative, you're only going to have more negative thoughts. If you're thinking good thoughts, you're only going to have more good thoughts. So whatever your thoughts are, that's what you're going to experience. So if it feels right, it's right. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Feel the difference. Think about it. You know, if something is feeling right, okay, it feels good. And if you're thinking something that, if it doesn't feel right, you know what I'm going to say, right? Change your thought. And then sometimes you can have fun with it. If you're thinking, having a negative thought, and you're starting to feel bad, change the thought to a positive thought. And then notice the difference in the feeling. Right? Dr. Kinnear said, it is last for me in my mind. I'm trying to fix it. That's what we do. We try to fix it. And here's the thing. Sometimes we will go within, get the answer, don't like the answer we get, don't let it go, and still try to fix it. Eventually, we learn. Remember the old saying, a hard head is a soft booty, or something our parents used to say? I'm dating myself, I know. Because eventually you get to the point, right? You realize, I can't do this. Then you let it go. Then whatever the answer you've been given before, because if it's something for you to learn, if you don't learn it, life is going to keep giving you experiences till you learn it. Because you may need that lesson to move on. Tiara says, I meditate and take a time out thoughts, especially when something trying to make me feel negative, and I do exactly change the thought to positive. Yes. And here's the thing, the more you do it, the more you become aware of it, and then the more you can just manage it, because you start to notice immediately when your emotions change, and then you can reel it back in. My sister said, learning to listen to and trust our inner voice is our greatest lesson to learn. Yes. And you could be guided by your emotions. Things will manifest faster, and you will be joyful regardless of the circumstances when you know, right, that you're experiencing negative emotions, and you change your thoughts. And you keep your thoughts in that positive state of mind. That's what you're going to experience. So if you are at a point where you are experiencing negative thoughts or just not feeling good, you can always feel good right at that moment. You can decide right at that moment to feel good now, and it will have an impact on everything. You can decide. And when you practice being in the state of mind, positive, feeling good, it will become second nature. Like I said, when my moods change, I know it immediately. But this week, like I said, life is an emotional journey, and I was having some feelings, and it's like, be still. And the little voice, your inner voice, if you listen to it, if you listen, if you seek it, it will speak. Now, for me, I'm a Christian. I say the Spirit and God, and my friends will tell me that, like, God talks to you all the time, doesn't he? Ubangzan, she tells me that. My friends tell me that. I'm like, yeah, because I talk to him. But still, some days, I want to get out here and not seek the guidance. And then before I know it, my emotions are crazy. I'm feeling anxious. And then that little voice said, go within. And one of the other things, just to keep in mind, because everything I say, you already know. It's just you're listening, you're probably ready to hear it when you hear what you need to hear, right? So go within. You're responsible for you. I am responsible for me. I'm responsible for my own happiness. I'm responsible for how I show up in life, how I respond to life. You are responsible for your own happiness, how you show up in life, how you feel. And I say this all the time. Don't compare yourself to other people so you can feel good now. If you woke up this morning and you're not feeling good and you're having some negative emotions, go within. And decide today that I'm going to feel good every day. And even though you're going throughout the day and you have those negative feelings, change your thought till it becomes second nature. And always, 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 I say this and I can't say it enough, surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you and believe you and support you. Because when you're around negative people, they take your energy. Think about it. When you leave them, you go, boy, couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't wait for them to leave. They take your energy. So be encouraged by the positive aspects of your life. And focus on bringing more of that energy into your space. And also focus on being that source of energy to other people. So if you're the one that takes the air out of the room when you walk in a room, focus on being a good source of energy for others. Focus on what you want in your life, and that's what you share with others. So if you want to feel good, share that with other people. Don't be the one that go in the room or go around other people with negative thoughts, energy, gossip, tearing somebody else down. So take a few minutes every day, throughout the day, and focus on all the good in your life. You're going through the grocery store. Think about the goodness in your life. You stopped at the red light. Think about the goodness in your life. You go into the bathroom. Think about the goodness in your life. Before you go to sleep at night, think about the goodness in your life. Because that's what you're going to bring more of. And just take a few minutes throughout the day. Close your eyes, or even with your eyes open, just meditate on the goodness. Some people get up in the morning and they meditate. Some people meditate throughout the day. Some people meditate before they go to bed at night. But just take a few minutes. And just remember, whatever you give your attention to, what is working or not working, it's going to show up wherever you go. So if you're focusing on what's not working in your life, guess what? That's what you're going to experience. So focus on the parts that you like the best, and it will dominate your experience. Go within. So if you're going through something today, you're experiencing something today, you're feeling some kind of way, just sit and be still. Go within. You have the source, the energy. I call it the protector, my guidance that supports me, encourages me, believes in me, loves me. And although I know what I want, I don't know what's up ahead though, but I trust, listen, obey, and be guided. by my inner being. And I know that it will give me what I need and take me where I need to go. And as Dr. Emma said, Dr. Cornelia said, I don't try to fix it. I let it go. There was a time, though, I'd pray about it. The old saying is you go to the altar in church and you pray about it. They say when you go to the altar and pray, you're supposed to leave it at the altar. No, I was one of those. I go to the altar and pray and bring it right and wouldn't leave it, take it with me. I don't do that anymore. I've learned. So although you don't know what's up ahead, trust, listen, obey, and be guided by your inner being. It will give you what you need and take you where you need to go. And be grateful, of course. So what I was thinking about, when you listen to your inner being and be guided by your inner being, you're running off sustainable power, sustainable energy. So the question that I have for you, and I'm going to leave you with this, are you using the power within? Or living off unsustainable power? Because the power within, your inner being, your energy, that source, that's sustainable. So I'll give you something to think about. And the question you can ask yourself when you are going through something and not focusing on your inner being, are not using that source, whatever energy you're running on, is it sustainable? Something to think about. That's, you have the power this morning. And it was in my spirit, on my mind. And like I said, I'm living my life, creating the life I desire. I just happen to be living it in front of you. I'm an emotional creature. And what I experience, what I learn, I share. So I hope that was helpful, because I had to be still this week and be guided by my source. Dr. Cornelia says she's a work in progress. So hopefully you found that helpful. And if you have any ideas for what we should do to celebrate 5 years, I was thinking about doing something in person, but I don't know. I have to think about it. Stephanie Davis said, when you learn better, you do better. So yes, I leave it at the altar. See, yes, you're right. But you have to learn that, right? You leave it at the altar. So it's the same thing. When you be still and tap into your inner being, be guided by it. Trust, obey. Because again, if not, life is going to continue to give you experiences until you learn whatever it is you need to learn, because maybe you need to learn whatever life is trying to teach you to take you to that next level. And partially it's probably just trust, have faith, and hope, right? Because most of us, we can't see how things are going to turn out. We can do the work, have faith, hope, and pray that it's going to turn out. And normally it turns out better. It usually turns out better, right? Tiara says, wow, that's powerful. I try to run on my own inner being. Good, because you have it. So when you start comparing yourself to other people, stop. Especially sometimes you can stroll through social media and you go like, dang, why is that happening for her and not? Stop. Right? Go within. Go within. So that is it this morning. I hope that helped you. It helped me. Just me sitting here talking about it, I feel stronger. I feel stronger because I was experiencing a little bit this week, but I feel stronger. So thank you. And ladies, again, don't forget, one of my books for holiday gifts. They make great gifts for women. When I post the link, it'll be here. And if you are getting women together or getting together for anything in you want to invite, I would love to just come out and just have a conversation, about life in general, or about creating and living the life you desire. Where are you? What are some of the obstacles? You know? Well, if you decide you just wanted to invite some friends together and invite me out, I could bring some books. We can sit and chat and, yeah, just support and encourage each other. So that is it, I think, for today. Thank you so much for getting up and joining me. I so appreciate you. Love and blessings to you and your family. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you.